Thank you for joining my session today on Emotionally Well, Being Your Best Self. My name is Dr. Tricia Thorpe Boris, and I am an assistant professor with Colorado Technical University. Emotionally well being is one dimension of one's overall wellness. The COVID 19 pandemic had a negative impact on many adults and adversely affected their personal and professional lives. Almost a year into the pandemic, the Kaiser Family Foundation took a poll of adults in the United States and found that approximately one out of every two adults stated that they experienced a mental health crisis resulting from worry and stress over the virus. Other issues such as social distancing, financial hardship, isolation, family illnesses, job loss, and psychological factors compounded these effects. These factors took an emotional toll on many adults, leading them to experience loneliness, sadness, fear, anxiety, stress, and depression, among others. During the pandemic, the African American Wellness Project also did a study and reported that there was an increase in suicide rate, primarily with young adults, especially in the African American community. However, as we slowly return to some sense of normalcy, many adults are returning to work and personal activities in their daily lives without dealing with how the pandemic affected them, and even to ensure that they were emotionally well to return to their jobs. So, when these issues associated with emotional well being are not addressed, these can lead to further health issues, problems building and maintaining relationships, and even lack of productivity at work. So, over the next few minutes, I am going to share with you some important information about the factors that can affect your emotional well being, signs to look for, and how you can improve and maintain your emotional well being. So, as you look at this slide, I want you to think about the current state of your emotions. What are you feeling right now, this second? Think about it. Is it different from when you woke up this morning? And if so, what caused your emotions to change? When we experience these changes in our emotions, these changes helps to describe your emotional health and well-being. When you typically think about your health, your mind may go directly to the physical. However, emotions also play a role in your well-being. Studies have shown a connection between regulated mental health and the body's physical health. A more holistic health approach will consider the state of your mind and your body, otherwise referred to as the mind body connection. Emotional health is just one aspect of your mental health. It is your ability to cope with both positive and negative emotions, which includes your awareness of them. Emotionally healthy people have good coping mechanisms for their negative emotions, and they also know when to reach out for professional help. Emotional wellness is also tied to physical health. People who experience great amounts of stress and negative emotions will sometimes develop other health problems. But keep in mind that a person can experience mental illness or bad days and still have good emotional wellness. Mental illness often have deeper causes like a chemical imbalance or even trauma. But emotional health, on the other hand, has more to do with your emotional regulation, awareness, and coping skills. And these strategies can be used by people with or without a mental illness. Emotional health can be influenced by environmental factors, relationships, physical health, self awareness, and even stress. An emotional healthy individual may experience both these negative and positive emotions. However, An emotionally healthy person may be better at coping with their negative emotions than someone who is not emotionally healthy. Someone who is not emotionally well may experience negative emotions that may lead them to an emotional crisis. So, how do we move towards resolving an emotional crisis? First, we may need to recognize the factors that actually affects our emotional well-being. And some of these factors are social isolation or loneliness. You could be experiencing domestic violence, bullying, or other abuse as an adult, or even childhood abuse, suffering from neglect or childhood trauma. Then there are unexpected life changes, such as unemployment or even losing your job, homelessness, lack of housing, or even going through poverty, or even having lots of debt. Having a long-term physical health condition is also another factor. Experiencing discrimination and stigma, including racism, can also affect one's emotional well-being, among other factors. Now, how do you know if you are actually struggling with emotional health or even if your emotional well-being is in jeopardy? You may have experienced many of the factors that I just mentioned, but not sure how they show up in your daily lives and how they affect your emotional well-being. So, some of the signs you may want to look out for that shows that your emotional health is in need of care is when you start isolating yourselves from your friends, your families, or even your coworkers. Whether you're sleeping too much, not getting enough sleep, maybe eating too much, or even eating too little. You may even have racing thoughts. Sometimes you can't turn your brain off and your mind just keep racing. You experience lower energy than usual and your performance at work is lower than usual. You may feel irritable, guilt, hopelessness, or even worthlessness, and you start neglecting your hygiene or personal care. Some of these are just some of the warning signs that you may want to look out for, especially if you're predisposed to some of the factors that I just mentioned that can actually affect your emotional health. So, to be your best self, how can you achieve, improve, and maintain emotional well being? Well, there are many ways that you can do this, like living a balanced lifestyle, staying connected with your community, family, friends, family members, developing and maintaining strong relationships with your friends and family, staying connected, meditate. Meditation helps you to notice your thoughts and emotions, which is key to your emotional wellness. Practice positive self talk. Positive self talk is very important. Try to be optimistic and enjoy each day. Set goals and celebrate your achievements. Learn strategies for resilience. This is your ability to react positively to difficult emotions and stressful situations. Many, many of the same things that help you with emotional health can actually help you also improve your resilience. Get enough sleep. It is important for you to get enough sleep. Also, exercise. And most importantly, know when to reach out for help. You don't have to handle negative emotions on your own. Knowing when to reach out to a mental health professional for help with difficult emotions, it is a useful skill to have. You should also reach out to one if you have tried to improve your emotional health but you still aren't being your best. You can also improve your emotional well being by applying Covey's 7 habits of highly successful people. And I'm going to go ahead and go through the 7 habits for you. Habit 1, be proactive. Take initiative to begin living a healthy lifestyle, as I mentioned earlier. Preventative care is part of you being proactive. Habit 2, begin with the end in mind. This is the first step to being proactive and setting health and wellness goals and then working towards them. It is never too late to set health and wellness goals. Set your goals with clear plan to achieve them. Habit 3, put first things first. Figure out what's most important to you. Figure out what's your most important goals and then prioritize them. Don't focus on things that aren't important or because they seem more urgent. Habit 4, think win-win. Do not try to do everything yourself. Do not try to reinvent wheels. Make things easier and less stressful by thinking win-win. It benefits you to collaborate with others and build trusting relationships. When you trust others to get things done, it helps you to mentally unburden you. Habit 5, seek first to understand, then to be understood. Listening to others is very important, but listening to yourself is just as important. Listening to your own voice and understanding your own needs will help you to maintain and improve your emotional and physical well-being. Understand your emotions and how to identify them and respond to them in a non-harmful way. Understand your body and the message it is sending you. And then take proactive measures to seek answers to help prevent any potential health crisis. Additionally, with those around you, developing an understanding of their perspective as well and needs also allows you to empathize with them and can help also build great relationships, which is also a part of achieving your holistic well-being. Habit 6, synergize. Now, as you try to build trusting relationships, make sure that they are mutually beneficial. Learn how to work well with others and appreciate what they bring to the table and value their mental, emotional, and psychological differences. With that said, have a growth mindset. Habit 7, and the last, sharpen the saw. Revive and increase your motivation. Do activities that increase your energy, like physical activities. Be sure to create work-life balance by managing your time and making time for renewing activities. Find as much time for play and family as you do for work. This should be a priority when putting first things first. You will notice that all these habits that I mentioned are all interconnected and they can move you to a positive state of emotional well-being. To achieve emotional well-being in your personal and professional lives, you can use mind-body activities, and this is one of my favorites, and mindfulness as a tool on a daily basis. Now, when we talk about mindfulness, mindfulness means maintaining a moment-by-moment awareness of your thoughts, your feelings, bodily sensation, and surrounding environment through a gentle, nurturing lens. It helps us understand ourselves better. Mindfulness also allows us to accept how we are feeling, to pay attention to our thoughts and feelings without judging them, allowing us to feel free in the moment where without believing, for instance, that there's a right or wrong way to think or even feel in any given moment. It is the ability to be fully present, which involves knowing where you are, what you're doing, and not being overly affected by what is going on around us. So, when we practice mindfulness, our thoughts should be in tune with what we are sensing in the present moment rather than rehashing the past or even imagining what's coming in the future. The key is being present. So, on this graphic, it shows someone under stress and someone who could have literally hit rock bottom. And many of us may know what that feels like on a daily basis. And then in the next picture, you'll see a person meditating and tuning out the surroundings at work, basically just releasing that stress. Mindfulness is important because it can reduce stress, enhance performance, gain insight and awareness through observing our own mind, and increases our attention to not just yours, but also others' well being. The practice of mindfulness has been linked to emotional well being and even feelings of happiness. And mindfulness is actually rooted in science. Many of you may have heard of Jean Kabat-Zinn and his mindfulness-based stress reduction program. And there have been many studies documenting the physical and mental health benefits of mindfulness based on his program. So, I have a mindfulness exercise for you today. And mindfulness can be practiced by all styles of meditation, inserting pauses throughout your day, and even merging meditation with other activities such as yoga or sports. But I want you to watch a short meditation video with me that will give you the opportunity to practice mindfulness in reflecting on your day and setting your intentions as you go forward. So, to start, to get you ready for this meditation and mindfulness meditation, I would like you to get in a comfortable position, close your eyes, and relax.
Hey there, and thanks for gifting yourself these next few minutes. It's important to remember that you're a priority, and allowing yourself even just a few short minutes of intentional reflection can really have a positive impact on the rest of your day. So let's use these next few minutes to come back to center and set an intention for the rest of your day. Move into a comfortable position, whether you're seated at your desk at work or laying on the couch at home, and gently close your eyes and shift all of your attention onto your breathing, taking slower, deeper breaths than you've taken all day so far. Taking a deep breath in through your nose, and slowly letting it out through your mouth. Continuing to breathe that way, feeling your lungs expand out as you inhale and contract back in as you exhale. Tune into your body, noticing how it feels. Noticing if there's anything that it's trying to tell you. Notice any place of tension or tightness in your body. Give those areas permission to relax, sending love into those areas. Thank your body for taking such good care of you, and let it know that it's okay to rest and relax for these next few minutes. You may notice that your mind starts to wander off. That's okay. That's natural. Just notice it and bring your attention back to your body, using your breath as your anchor. Try to picture one thing that's happened today that's made you smile, or made you thankful or appreciative. And just let that feeling fill you up for a moment. Breathe that feeling in from the top of your head to the tips of your toes. Allow yourself to smile if that feels natural. Now focus on something that you can do today, whether it's for yourself or for someone else, that will allow you to continue feeling this way. It could be something as small as deciding to go to bed early tonight, so that you have time to finally read that book that's been on your bedside table. Or the joy of getting dinner with a close friend. What's one little thing you can plan for your day to bring that intentional joy to it? Now just focus on that for a few minutes. Sit in that feeling of joy and peace. Now let's take a few more deep breaths together. A deep breath in, feeling your lungs expand out as you inhale, and everything contract back in as you exhale. Again, an even deeper breath than the one before it, holding that breath for a beat, and exhaling everything out. Last time, your deepest breath yet, sending that breath through your entire body, and exhale it out. And in your own time, slowly bring your awareness back to where you are, and thank yourself for taking these few minutes to just be intentional and kind to yourself. And when you're ready, you can gently open your eyes and enjoy the rest of your day.
Now, didn't that make you feel so refreshed? Well, this is a 5-minute meditation you can do anywhere. In just 5 minutes, you can reset your entire day in a positive way. Remember, your emotional well-being is your ability to produce positive emotions, moods, thoughts, and feelings, and adapt when confronted with adversity and stressful situations. Improving and maintaining your emotional well-being helps you to be your best self. Thank you.